Welcome back to Something Like That with me, Nav. I know you're wondering how come this guy's coming back to back. This within a 2-day gap. Well, I promised myself for the month of November, I'm going to try to fill in as many episodes as possible just to make up to all the gaps that I had in the recent month, the recent weeks. And also, hey, like I said, this particular month is going to be a very special series of podcasts. Thanks to our friends from Pamule, My Creative, and also CENDANA for supporting the podcast. And today, my guests are right. For some particular reason, sometimes I feel like I'm part of the band because I've been kind of being the side freelance part-time hype man before the show. It's been like a couple of shows they had down there. I've been like the hype man. So since I can't sing, I can't play music, so I'll just do the introduction for them in most of the shows down there. But these guys are freaking awesome. You got to check them out in the shows. The good thing is this particular lineup that they have currently is a brand new lineup. So I'm not too sure whether it's Djezna'S Stalker 3.0 or 4.0. We'll find out in a bit from now. So let's bring them in. It is none other than Djezna'S Stalker. Let's start off with Amy. I got Wang, I got Magad, I got Jan, and I'm still not used to the idea of introducing this particular guy. You know, I've been trying my level best to make it look like less awkward, but it feels like I'm just calling myself again and again. Nav. That's right. Nav's on board. This is the brand new lineup of Djezna'S Stalker. Guys, thank you so much for taking the time and joining me on my podcast. How are you? All good?
Very good. Very good.
You know, I'm a bit surprised. For the very first time, I'm seeing you guys very serious. Why,
Are we?
Oh,
Nervous. Nervous.
Nervous.
We don't have our instruments, man.
Then you got a keyboard on the side there. I mean, but seriously, out of normal conversations, you guys go all the way, laughter, jokes and all. But for some reason today is like the moment I brought you all on the screen, everybody looks so serious. Why is that?
Wow.
You're all quiet today.
I think we always see each other face to face and seeing you guys through a screen is kind of like a bit awkward.
Oh, okay, maybe lah, huh? Maybe, but this is not something new for you guys, right? You've been doing this for quite a while, especially you, Nav. You're quite familiar with this kind of the whole concept of it, right?
Yeah. No, just as a band, like we always sit down and discuss, like we can are right next to each other, just having them not in the same room but talking to each other. It's kind of a bit weird for me.
Yeah, like you never know, lah. Huh? But anyway, thank you so much for coming on board. It's good to see you guys again after our last show that we had. It was a nice farm experience, and we're back again on screen. But the reason why I wanted to have you guys on this particular episode is because I've been telling people a lot about you guys. I've been talking about your band. I said, check these guys out. These guys are freaking awesome. And I kind of got sick and tired of it. So I decided to have this particular podcast so I can have all the information that's needed, and I can just share it with everybody instead. So we're going to find out everything about Djezna'S Stalker in this particular episode from the days it all started off. So Wang, you're going to help me out with this part here. 2004, that's the year Djezna'S Stalker started, right?
Yeah.
You can actually go answer with more than one word, You do realize it?
Yeah, no, I mean, the moment you mentioned 2004, right? I know it's freaking old, man. We are freaking old already.
That's about what, 20 years? No, almost 20 years, 18 years.
Almost. Yeah, man. 18 years, we.
18 years. That's a very long time, man.
Yeah, exactly.
And 2004, you had that at that very, very time when Djezna'S Stalker started off, there was a 5-piece band altogether, right? Was it?
Initially, it started off as a 2-man band, and we somehow gotten serious. We got a bassist, and then eventually got the second guitarist, and of course, lastly, the main guy, the vocalist, Ahmad.
Okay.
So we became a 5-piece, and from that point onwards, you started writing songs, and never.
and then it changed, right, from 2004, and the band took another changeover, and that's where you changed the band members, or was that when Amy came on board?
I think the turning point would be the tour to Japan. Actually, we lost our vocalist right before the tour, so we got a guy in as a stand-in vocalist. So it was like a one-off thing just for the tour. And we came back, we kind of like had to reshuffle again. And that's how actually Amy joined us.
Okay.
So when Amy joined us, we 4-piece for many years, and then shit happened again.
I wouldn't want to call it shit happened. Evolving, the band evolved.
Yeah, if you want to put it that way, it's fine.
Yeah.
All over again.
Okay. So but the best part is Amy coming on board. Amy didn't get a tour in Japan, right?
Yeah, he was damn pissed.
He was left out, right, Amy? I think you told us the story when we met somewhere of casually chit chatting. How did that happen? Why did they leave you behind?
Well,
that's the
no, Amy. I think we both have different stories here, but I'll allow Amy to proceed first.
Let's find out from Amy. Why did they leave Amy behind?
it's not. It was started with Pat Noi, the bassist that time.
Okay.
And what happened is, he gave me a call based on contact from another friend. So we meet up, and he said like, "Alright, hey Amy, my band want to go to Japan, and we need vocalists." And the only setback at the time is I can't play guitar. That's the problem.
Okay.
That's the only problem. I can't play guitar. So what happened is, he said to me that, okay, never mind. Next week we start the jam, we test. Then after that we go to Japan, something like that, But the next week, they already go to Japan.
They dumped you behind.
Yeah, they left me like that.
This is the warning for the new members, just in case you're going to experience this in the future. Keep an eye on this part, man. But is that what happened, Wang? Is that what happened?
My version of the story is that Pak Noi told me about this guy who's interested in trying out the band. And but at the same time, of course, we were still looking for other stand-in vocalists, to try out. And according to the ex-bassist, he said that no update, nothing from him. So I assumed that he wasn't interested until we came back, and that's where I got to know that Amy wanted to to come in and try out and go to Japan together.
Oh, okay. So two different versions, but anyway, somebody got screwed up. But don't worry, there'll be another two in the upcoming future. But of course, from there, I think that's when I got to know Djezna'S Stalker. That was around that time when you came back from Japan and all. But then again, you had your band members, you changed again, and then you had these three guys who joined in the band, which I kind of find completed. These guys actually completed the whole band, the sound, the way when it came to the performances and so on. So I just like to know, how did you three come on board? Apart from the photo shoot story, we can skip that part. But what made you decide to get on board Djezna'S Stalker?
I think this one I'll leave it to Jen, because Jen is the one that initiated the move for me.
Okay.
And then that came after that. So I think Jen can talk about this, how we got into Jenna.
Yeah. Actually, I first met Wang many years ago when we were playing in the same gig.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've always been quite interested in Jenna's music. So fast forward to, I think 1-2 years ago, Wang?
Yeah.
COVID. During COVID, I was looking like they were looking for a bassist and also a guitarist. Okay, so I've been looking, suddenly, out of nowhere, Wang sent me a message. Said, how's your band, etc., etc. And that's how he started. He said he's already speaking to me. Said, tell you what, bro, I'm interested. Why not? Once everything's open, I come over. Let's we try out, and let me bring a bassist for you as well.
Okay, bonus.
Yeah, so Napster. Yeah, I said, because I know Napster will be very suitable for the band as well. And even Napster met Wang at the same time, so because we were in the same band as well. Napster and I.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which band was that?
Studio Crescendo.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's another band. It's active. So everything done, perfect. 4 of us. Megat is our friend.
Okay.
Napster and I are, yeah. So Megat came over to basically at the first time to cover me because I can't make it because I was not in KL at the time.
Okay.
Yeah, and then your story that the photo shoot.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's how Megat complete the set.
So wait, Megat was actually supposed to replace you for that particular day.
No. Kind of.
It was, we did a video for a cover for Foo Fighters. And then, Jen was in Kuantan. And then Wang was like, we need to find, do you have any guitarist session just to fill in for the video? And then I said, yeah, I know a friend of mine, Magat, and we used to play in the same band back then. And I said, yeah, I'll give him a call. And then if he's down, then we can just record the video for that cover, right? So then, and after that, got Magat in, Magat's down, and then brought him to the Wang studio. We did a recording of the cover on video. And then, we just kind of like got to know each other. Then that's where he met Wang and Amy during the recording session. Yeah. And then,
but what made you guys decide that Djezna'S Stalker would be your choice? Because judging on the music and the bands that you were playing it before, what made you decide that, okay, fine, I'll be more suitable for Djezna'S Stalker?
For me, when I heard Djena play on stage, like this is a few gigs in Publica before, and I know of them. And when I think I was sitting down with Jen, when Jen called me, it's like, hey, want to come and check out Djezna'S Stalkers? They need a bassist and also a guitarist. So when I was listening to the single, and then one track really caught my attention. It was Uninspired. That I love the track so much. And then I said, yeah, let's give it a shot, and then let's try out for the band lah. So that was one of the reasons why I actually joined Djezna'S Stalkers lah, because of that song, that Uninspired song.
The one with the huge gap in between, right?
Sorry?
The one that goes silence all the way.
There's like a break in the middle, and then there's the whole band comes in again. So with that song, I think that song also, when every time, even when Wang talks about the song, during shows, I feel that song is very inspired. Like it's called Uninspired, but it's very inspiring. So for me, that song is actually one of the reasons why I decided to join Jen.
Have you checked out the music video for that song?
Sorry?
Have you actually checked out the music video for that song?
No.
Oh, you should. You should go back to Djezna'S Stalker's YouTube.
After all that. After all that long introduction, has anyone watched the video clip?
Yeah, exactly. Because you should watch that music video. I did earlier today, and I was shocked at how Wang looked and how the whole music video was produced. It was, I don't know, you watch it and you'll know why. Okay, you'll watch it and you know why. Maybe I'll just post the link down here. It is quite, I don't know, I'm just going to use the word unique. You got to check it out for yourselves, because it's completely different from the the band today. You see the band today, you see the performances, and you go back to that particular music video, you'll have a good smile. That's all I can say. Just go check it out. But it's a good song. It's a damn good song. That's all I can say for that part. And as for you, Magat, how did you find, getting to know Djezna'S Stalker, and what made you think that this is the band that I want to be part of?
To be honest, I wasn't actually looking to be in a band.
Really?
Yeah, I was not. I was not looking to be in a band, because I kind of had enough of being in bands. Because I've been trying my hand at music, bands, solo wise or whatnot, and I kind of came to a point, like, you know what, fuck this, I'm so tired of doing this. But then we had that session, the Foo Fighters session, and it was cool because it kind of reminded me, when we were chilling in Wang's, that top floor where Wang is sitting right now, basically, and we were sitting at that table. And we're just like, I kind of went back to my 20s, kind of went back to the days, the Artista days, if anybody knows that time, when it was just like youth and just playing music, not a care in the world kind of thing. And of course, it helps a lot because Wang, that time, the first time I was there, I didn't meet Amy yet. Amy wasn't around.
Okay.
So me and Wang, and we seemed to know a lot of songs. We would just flow from one song to the next. Simple Plan, all right, let's go. Then, Innuendo, all right, let's go. Then it's like, oh shit, man, this is cool. I miss doing this, just hanging around and playing music. And after that, what really blew me away was also the fact that Wang had all the equipment. It's like, you want to jam? Yeah, man, we got a jamming studio downstairs. You don't have to worry about playing 2 hours. No, we have time limit of 2 hours, 3 hours. Yeah. So everything is just there. So for me, it's just about the music, so I'm looking forward to just contributing creatively, and also it's great to have such talented band members as well. Jan and Navin. I know Navin from way back. Amy is a really awesome vocalist, and Wang, drummer. And I always say that, it's really cool that Wang takes the helm during the performances, because normally drummers don't say much. They're always at the back. But Wang, if you notice our shows, the drummer's always in front.
It's just that first, before and after the show, you can find the drummer is like, oh, okay, he's in front of the whole thing, which is kind of nice, more active on that part. But Jen, for you, what made you think that Djezna'S Stalker was the band for you?
Actually, I told this story to Wang before. On the day I think I met him, I think it was the first. I actually bought the EP.
Oh.
So I'm the type. So I'm this type of person. If I listen the first time, if I like it, I'll know that I'll continue liking it. There was like, So I saw that. I got the EP. I make all of them sign. Amy, I had Wang's and the two previous members. So I got a signature. I have the EP and now with me.
Okay.
So and at that time I did listen to their music. I really like Kehadiranmu.
That's a nice track.
Malay song, yeah. It's very catchy and stuff. So I said, okay, if there's any opening, why not I go for it?
Oh.
So the opening, which I mentioned earlier, it was already up. It's already like they've been like trying to find this guitarist and the bassist for quite some time, 2 months if not mistaken. That I've been seeing, but the problem is I'm not in KL at the moment at the time.
Okay.
Until that fateful moment that when Wang messaged me, I said, okay, tell you what, I know I can get it. Let's go for it.
Nice. It's perfect timing.
Yeah, until now, because I still like Kehadiranmu. Until I can still remember. It was like 7 years ago, 2016, I think, 2015.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
Right?
That's a long time.
Right. Yeah, right after the tour. That's why I said the turning point was actually the tour. Coming back and then meeting you. I mean, with your own other band. So a lot changed throughout 7-8 years, man. It's just crazy.
It's a nice change anyway. From all you guys, I was always wanting to have a chat with Amy about his involvement, because Amy is the kind of person who makes women sweat whenever he starts singing. That's the thing. It's like I shared videos of your performances, your bands performing, and I get messages after messages. Siapa tu? I wanted to give the phone number but sorry hak milik orang lain. I cannot do such a thing. So, Amy, you oh yeah, I don't worry. That's why I said hak milik, right? So, I mean, your range. I mean, the songs that you perform with Djezna'S Stalker, because it's a huge range, to be more precise. You have that rock feel of it. Then you have the ballads. You're performing songs like, I don't know, some rock track on one side. The next minute you're singing something from Innuendo going on for your performances. So you have, I don't know, a kind of a mixed genre going on there. Was it difficult for you to get into a band that had that much of variety in their performances?
No, I think I like to sing as many genres as I can. I can go classical, I can go hard rock, I can go metal. Because I like singing and I like to express music through singing. And to be honest with the whole band member, I keep telling them that I'm not a good vocalist and I'm always eager to learn, improve myself and push my limits so I can support the band members. Sometimes there's a bit, feeling that I'm not that good for the band, I have that thing. But
being so modest like you.
And I'm serious. But the support from the band member itself, right? Like they don't care. Like just go all out. And that's what makes Djezna'S Stalker is fun. And for me, it's a challenge actually. It's a challenge because right now, Djezna'S Stalker is trying to find like a fixed genre, and we're still looking for it. But why stop there? Why stop there? We can just go all out, play any kind of song that we want. So that's what makes singing is fun with Djezna'S Stalker.
Because I was listening to the earlier singles were from Djezna'S Stalker with their previous bandmates and so on. The songs is like the ones that were composed or the songs were released. If you really pay close attention to it, it was something like it was created for that vocalist, that sound that came up. It's not like for every single vocalist, but for you, when I've heard you perform those songs in your live shows, it was like you carried it so well. And coming up in the near future, the kind of songs that you plan to write, are you going to follow in that track, or maybe you're going to come up with something new for yourself if you were to write songs for the band? Vocally,
for me, right? Vocally, I think I'm always follow the band members. I mean, like, where's the direction that they go? And usually we're going to sit down and jam, and that's where we start to play and start to fine tune to make it better on vocal delivery. Still, there's a lot of room to for improvement, but I'm looking forward for the whole band members to get excited with the new
new
song
sound
that we produce.
Yeah, because you are, I mean, this version of Djezna'S Stalker, I don't know, is it 3.0 or 4.0? Wang, I can't really decide on that part, but it's a good 0.0, like, that's all I can say. And it's relatively new currently. So, but as of this particular time frame that you all have been together, jamming together, I could daringly say you had a couple of test runs on your shows. You had a couple of gigs going on here and there. Not the huge one, but it was a ground for you all to do some test run, testing out the chemistry, performing live. So after this period of time, have you all decided on what's your sound going to be like if you start writing music, or have you all started writing music for the band?
Well, a very good question.
I know I asked
it. we had a couple of meetings. We talked it out, the kind of direction that we want to go. Well, in fact, we got a couple of songs in hand. The next upcoming song is actually written by Jan. Just to give you a snippet, that it sounds a bit of like an Indo rock love song, kind of pop rock song. And I don't know. I mean, we can't. I'm not trying to say that it's the direction that we were going, but if you look at the transition that happened from our EP to our latest song, well, you can see there's a sense of maturity that happened. So if you look at Memory Silamku and also Wish You Better, these songs are already on Spotify, and the music video is on YouTube. So I think if you want to compare in terms of like the music arrangement and how it was played or performed, you can see that there's a huge difference. I think if you talk about the EP, it's more like all out banging kind of tracks. It's in your face, that kind of music. But now looking at these two tracks and the other two songs that we're actually going to record, it feels that there's a little bit more of a story to the music when we write, more soul and emotion, and a bit more, I don't know, complex, I would say. But yeah, still genre and direction is still a question mark there, and it's actually a good thing to play around. Okay. It's nothing bad about it. It's still discovering, because there are now 5 of us, and these guys are really talented. And for the first time that that this band, everyone can sing.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I've noticed that.
Exactly.
So if one guy gets tired, then the rest can come on board and just jam on the microphone. So it makes Amy's life much easier than Wheeler.
I'm glad that I'm glad that my job on stage, most of the time, I'll just talk. I don't have to do much of a backup. So I got these guys to depend on.
Nice. And in terms of coming up with deciding on your sound, like I said, you still got time to do it. But have you all given yourself a time frame on how long do you want to decide, take your time to come up with the sound? Because, I mean, everybody has their own life. Everybody has, jobs going on. And of course, you want to take your music, your band to a certain direction, and you don't want to wait too long for it. So have you all given yourself a time frame how long you want to take to decide on that part? Because there's a huge gap between your previous EP and your current singles that's going on, and to wait again for a very long time before you decide on how the next EP, I don't know, I'm a bit curious in that part.
Yeah, I think the objective now is, the main objective is of course to come out a new album, but how we approach it is that we go song by song. So what we did was, what you listen to, Memory Silamku and Wish You Better, these songs are within a year apart. So we are trying to at least release a song every year. But hopefully by next year, when more songs that are written.
Wait, let me rewind a little bit. A song a year.
Previous song.
I'm already reaching the age where I can withdraw my EPF money. I cannot wait that long.
Exactly. I had this thought. Releasing tracks before this was actually very tough because of the situation. These guys weren't in a band yet, and it was only me, Amy, and the ex-guitarist to actually record 2 songs out. It's no easy feat. But now I think it's faster. We all actually recorded Somethin. It's almost done.
Okay.
And now we are actually working on Jen's song. So you can at least see 2 songs coming out within half a year, 6 months. So I see progress there.
Least.
I know. Yes.
At least something's going on. At least I don't have to wait for that long. And the best part about having bands, and you want to know what kind of music you can expect or what type of sound they have when they perform, is you got to find out about the influences they have for each member. So I'm going to just go around the room and find out who are your influences, because that can decide why. Especially for those who haven't heard of Djezna'S Stalker before, the sound of the band itself. So Amy, who are your influences?
Oh, my influences it's a bit. I'm more into power rock metal. Power rock.
Okay.
More into classical symphony rock kind of thing. More into that. So my influences is Russell Allen from Symphony X and Camelot. Roy Hunt. They have a very tone and vocal control, and I'm more to that stuff. But with Djezna'S Stalker, I have to play different hats, singing different stuff.
Because it's hard for me to just decide what kind of music this guy has on his playlist. It's like 1 minute he's going with Manbai, and then minutes he's going heavy. So who does he listen to on his Spotify playlist?
Because before with Djezna'S Stalker, I played with 7 different bands, 7 different genres.
Oh.
From rock, classical, club band, and symphonic metal band, Kazana and Arabella, and all those about 7 different bands, race. So those experiences bring me lots of. I think I'm pushing my limits to certain extent in vocal. So that's why when with Djezna'S Stalker, they always try new stuff, and I love it. When you try to play something different, and it challenged me again to deliver what I can do with the vocal itself.
Every time I hear you sing, the only thing that runs in my head is, when I grow up, I want to be able to sing like Amy. Nav, how about you, man?
I actually more of like a pop punk influence. I grew up listening to punk, like Green Day. Green Day is one of the reasons why I picked up the bass. But and then as growing up as well in the 90s or 2000s, I started listening to more of alternative rock. Only when closer to like the end of 2000s, I started to listen to bands like Kings of Leon and more. That's when with Magat, that's when he influenced me a lot with Kings of Leon stuff. And then the bass lines as well, it gets different compared to just like a pop punk bass line kind of stuff. And also like playing with I played in a band with Jen before. So I know it's like what kind of music they play. We play more of like the slow indie folk kind of music with Jen and Pseudo. And then with Magat, I played with more of a alternative rock, punk stuff. And then with Jenna, when I was actually jamming with them, like I was like, wow, there's different songs have different kind of bass style, bass lines and bass style of playing, And I was like, okay, I some styles, like for me, I told them up front, like, I'm not a funk kind of bass. Like I like listening to funk, but I don't think I can carry the funk kind of bass line or kind of sound. So I think I had a chat with Jen, I had a chat with Wang as well. So I find that middle ground where I can fit in my bass into that whole song of like whatever is from the previous EP and the previous single, and then playing it as today as a 5-piece. And then also I try to understand like, okay, the Jen's kind of like genre, like what he plays, Magat, Wang, Amy. And sometimes we just share songs. And then when I go home, I listen to the kind of songs they listen to. So whenever we're in the jamming studio, when we're writing songs, when we're sitting down together, I say, oh, okay, he meant this style. Okay, then I know, I kind of gauge what kind of style he's talking about. But to be and to streamline to that one sound that can fit into 4 other people in a studio, I find it really tough lah. Sometimes,
it is kind of nice not to have that also at the same time.
Yeah.
So you keep your options wide open now.
Yeah, these guys are really helpful. We sit down and then, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Wang also, when we were recording Sun King, is like, dude, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Give it a bit of variety. And that really helped me a lot in my bass playing for Djezna'S songs lah. Because before this, I was just playing more of a straight up like pop punk, alternative rock kind of stuff. So yeah.
Nice, man. Yeah. There's a long list of influence you have there. I'm impressed. Jed, how about you? Your influences when it comes to music?
Comes to my influences, it's a bit more, even wider, I think. Because
really,
yeah.
Don't tell me Blackpink is in the list.
Any song that actually I don't know. Any songs that actually attracts me, the groove and so forth. Because I play in different genres as well. I have a death metal band as well, and I play in rock. As long as I get to play, but I'm more of the technical side. I like technical music. I like technical guitar and drums, whatever it is, odd timing. So I like fusion jazz, or fusion jazz to rock, to alternative, to extreme metal, to world music. Because my dad he collects a lot of records, tons of records and so. So when I was very young, I started listening to a lot more, adult contemporary jazz and stuff and so forth. And when I started playing guitar, then I loved more the technical aspect. So any day, I don't know, any song that I listen, it will probably dictate the day itself, the mood, the whole mood. So let's say I listen to some post-rock. Okay, post-rock today. Tomorrow, dream pop, fine.
Experimental the next day. Diverse pot to be more precise.
Yeah.
Well, you use the two words dad and record, so that equals a good shit That's all I can say.
Yeah, that's right.
You already have those kind of things. And Magad, I know Kings of Leon is one of the bands in your list, top 10 list. And who else influenced you in your music? Your influences?
Personally, Nirvana for sure. That's
I can see the
how I got started.
Back
there. Yeah. That's how I got started playing guitar. Michael Jackson was a huge influence as a kid. I listened to a lot of Michael Jackson. So I'm very, just like Chan, I think, very wide. I think just like all of us, like very wide scope of music. Metallica, there was a time where I was into nu metal, so like Korn, Limp Bizkit. And then if it's local, I was really into Faisal Tahir for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it's like a melting pot. But I found, so when I was doing my band, I found that there's so many types of music I want to do. It kind of was a problem because one song sounds like Ed Sheeran, one song sounds like Joe Flizzo, one song sounds like Metallica. So it's like shit. So with this band, I'm hoping to kind of have like a proper direction. Like when you hear like an album, let's say like the Black Album or Metallica, there is something is going on there. There's a certain theme, certain theme is going on. So that's what I would like to try and accomplish, right? To kind of just direct and channel certain type of vibe.
Well, especially if you're a fan of you've been listening to Michael Jackson, especially during the days of Quincy Jones, the Off the Wall album, back then, you would have had a lot of, experiences or other things that you can pick up from that era, especially in comparison with the newer ones, of course. So it's nice to see that, man. Wang, how about you, dude?
I can say that quite rojak also, and white like these guys. I think from young, my parents and uncle, exposed me to a lot of music. And of course, these are music from their time. So I love a lot of old school rock. I love the Eagles. I love CCR. All this country, this typical rock, classic rock. And then, I grew up with Guns N' Roses, Soundgarden, typical in the 90s, we were all growing up.
Yeah.
And then slowly moving on to, of course, we want to expand our take. So I'm now digging more into those post garage rock.
Okay.
But I'm trying not to limit myself to, just within my circle. Of course, I want to expand. I want to listen to more new stuff and eventually implement into Djezna'S Stalker.
Nice. Because for the benefit of those listening and viewing of this particular podcast, if you ever get the chance to check out Djezna'S Stalker, please go and watch them or listen to the entire music list they have for you, not only from the originals, but also the covers that they perform occasionally from time to time. It is amazing because you can never know what to expect. For 1 minute, they've been doing something hardcore. Next minute, somebody's talking about Hotel California. And somebody that they requested for what again? One Night in Bangkok. What was it? What's the song that during that event? What was that? One Night in Bangkok?
I don't even remember. What song was that? I've never heard about it.
I know something from way back in the 70s disco era. Yeah. Somebody came up and popped it. So no, please. Oh yes, I gotta highlight this. If you ever see this band perform, do not come up with that ridiculous request. Just because they're nice to you, that doesn't mean they have to play everything for you. So please choose the right songs when it comes to the band, man. I feel sorry for you guys, man. Whenever that happens, this is not the first time. I think second or third time I see the list of songs come in. It's like, oh man, it is a nightmare, man. It is a nightmare. But of course, it is nice also to know that you guys are heading in the right directions apart from your busy schedule. Because for those who don't know, these guys, apart from music, they have a very busy lifestyle. Amy, you're into the animated world, right? Animation world.
Yeah, visual effects and animation. Animation producer, and visual effects supervisor.
So that's for all the the movies or animated movies, those kind of thingy.
I just finished with Ablin Shauki 2 months ago, and I'm just also finished my first short film animation for titled Kayo. Yeah, it will be in festival next year. So we're gonna. I can't show it to public yet.
Yeah, don't worry. At least we can have. You know who's behind the scenes, lah. Nice. Yeah. And Wang, you've been busy with the Iron Man project. You have your own production house going on, and you've been working on that. To know how's Wang's mood today is just follow him on social media. If you want to know if he had a busy day, just look at the amount of cursing he has on social media. It's like, okay, he had a lousy day, so don't disturb Wang.
I assume that you saw my latest post, right?
Yes, exactly. So I know how's his mood for the day.
We all saw your latest post, bro. We all
So whenever he's frustrated, okay, he had a busy day today. Like, just watch his social media post. It's good to let it out. Now, have you been busy with could you just tell them a bit, what is it that you do, man?
So I'm doing digital radio now for Astro Radio. So basically, it's on Shop. Our platform is called Shop. The app, you can download it in App Store. It's free. So I'm basically in charge of the digital radio stations on the app for Shop. Okay. So there's podcasts, there's other content and stuff like that. But I focus more on the digital radio side, lah. So we've got about
hopefully 1 day I can take mine there, lah.
Yeah, sure, man. Bring it over.
I got no money, lah. One day I got money to pay. Cool. Jen, how about you, man?
For me, this current time, I specialize in e-commerce. I've been doing e-commerce for many years, 10 years actually.
Nice.
And so happened just before COVID, I left my company, a fintech company, with the idea of joining another company the next few months. But COVID happened. So I took a break. That break, from that 3 years now.
Okay, that's a long break.
Yeah, so I took the opportunity to actually, during COVID, I went back to see my mom to spend more time with my mother.
Nice of you.
And I did insurance, and I just did music and whatever that gives me the time to spend more time with my mom.
Nice of you. That's a very nice, sweet thing to do.
So that's the reason why I came up to audition with Jenna, and I was not around when Megat was there. It was like a blessing in disguise, actually.
Everything happens for a reason, huh? So, then last but not least, of course, the man with the voice. You might have heard his voice everywhere on radio, on TV. He's the man. Megat, come on, man. Tell us about yourself. What is it that you do apart from music?
I'm a voiceover artist. That's what I do. I've been doing it for full-time for 3 years, I think.
Nice. I'm jealous.
Hey, but you do it too, what?
Yeah, lah, but not as good as you lah. You lagi dahsyat lah. I small fry here and there. Ni.
No lah, bro. We're all in the same industry lah, you know. All in the same industry.
Nice.
Small
so
industry.
if you ever hear stuff, is there anything that I mean, okay, you gotta find just look for Magad and all this voice skills and also that voice is a familiar voice. It's a nice voice, man. I wish they had one of those voices.
Man.
Yeah, cool. So Djezna'S Stalker, what's up next? What's in plans? What's in store for Djezna'S Stalker? I know the year is about to end, so I doubt there's anything much happening for this year. 2023, any shows, any tours, any plans for Djezna'S Stalker?
Who wants to do the honors?
Right. Go ahead, man. Right, come on.
Come on.
We're still expecting at least one more show before the year is over.
Oh.
But of course, we are actually focusing more on the music writing. And the whole idea is to actually come out with an album, all right, within a year or two. I don't know how long it will take. And to gig over again and do a local tour, and which also covers the east side of Malaysia. And then eventually we want to go back to Japan because those guys there are actually bugging us to go over there and perform. But the thing is that I don't want to go back to Japan playing our old songs, right? It's pointless. We want to go there with new material so that, I see good progress in Djezna'S Stalker, The guy can't think.
The band change, the music change.
This is not Japanese at all, dude.
Actually, that sounded like Indian a bit lah. That sounded a bit Indian.
I'm so sorry.
But okay, good try. But Japan, okay, that's a nice place, sir. And this time, make sure, Amy, you make sure you're there with them lah.
I think he missed the bus again.
Hey. Yeah, we might just say, Amy, we are in Japan now. Where are you?
I don't know.
This one cannot lah. Lepas ni merajuk kang habis. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for taking the time and joining us, joining me on the podcast. It's been a great pleasure. Finally, everybody gets to know who is Djezna'S Stalker, the new lineup, the brand new lineup, the brand new sound that is being presented. They are also on Spotify. That's right. If you want to listen to the music, you got 2 brand new tracks, which is not so brand new, but it's new, which is Wish You Were Here, Wish You There, Wish You Better, and also Memory Silamku, which is the brand new one. And if you want to listen to the previous EP, go ahead. Everything is available on Spotify. But please go to the YouTube channel and watch that uninspired track. Watch it, and you know what I'm talking about. Okay, you have to watch it to know what I'm talking about. I will receive the WhatsApp after the show. I know I will be receiving it. So check out all the music.
Man.
Was it 10 or was it more?
More than 10 years. I think it's more than 10 years.
Yeah. But it was still good. It's still good. All those tracks are amazing. So you got to check it all out. Follow them on the social media pages. Djezna'S Stalker. That's right. Djezna'S Stalker band. I'll put all the links available on the webpage. Check it out. So guys, once again, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining me on the Air Podcast. It's been great. And also thank you for all my supporters. Those who've been supporting, this not my supporters, the guys who've been supporting this particular podcast, which is Pemule, My Creative, and also CENDANA, 3 of you guys. So guys, before I let you go, anything that you like to add on?
Voice, anything?
Very quiet. Trust me, in person, these guys do not sound like this. They are crazier than you can think of, but this one, they're behaving so well for this particular podcast. I do not know why is that, sir.
We're trying our best. I'm sure banned or censored, man.
Trust me, I've seen worse. Anything else before I wrap it up, guys?
Oh, I would say just, as usual, follow our social media. Just watch for our next song, man. That's all we can say. Stay tuned for our new song.
Definitely. The rest of you?
Oh, yeah. One more thing. We were planning to come out with our own TikTok account.
Oh. All that.
Yeah, you get to see Wang dancing.
Please don't. I'll ban you myself. All right, guys. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Best of luck in your new journey. And once again, congratulations on the brand new lineup. It's one of the perfect lineups I could say for Djezna'S Stalker. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys.
Thanks, bro. Thanks for having us, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you. Thank you, man.